Welcome back to Tales from Moreni KG. If you are new here, this is Tales from Moreni KG. Do well to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.
For many decades, there was war between Usi Kingdom and Tima Kingdom. The enmity between them was passed down from generation to generation, and the only thing they ever had in common was the border they shared. Many sacrifices were made on the altar of war, but many more were offered on the altar of friendship and love. Ejimi was the bravest and strongest warrior Usi Kingdom had ever produced. No one was his equal in Usi Kingdom. Neither did his match exist in Tima Kingdom. At the mention of his name, enemies trembled. He was the war. Wild animals scrambled for safety at the sight of his shadow. He went about with a strange presence that no one was able to comprehend. His strength was definitely from a realm beyond the human realm. He would single-handedly carry out raids on Tima Kingdom. He was a ruthless warrior who do not hold captives captive. He would rather them dead. One day, while Ejimi went on his private raid, the people of Tima were having a wedding. The bridal train ran into Ejimi after he had killed over 100 men at the wedding venue. In Tima, the bride is escorted through the kingdom to the venue by the women with dancing, with singing and shoutings. On sighting Ejimi, the bridal train fled to safety, forgetting that nowhere was safe away from Ejimi. Only those under Ejimi's covering could boast of safety. The bride, who was beautifully and heavily adorned, ran right into Ejimi's arms. Hindered by her heavily adorned bridal dress, she fell into Ejimi's arms, and at that moment, she was as though dead. Ejimi then lifted her face by the chin, and his breath ceased. For the first time in Ejimi's life, he loosened guards. While Lila fell into Ejimi's arms, Ejimi's heart fell into Lila's hands. Lila was such a beauty. She was soft and tender. It was love at first sight for the duo. And this was where their love story began. However, there were many hindrances to their love, but their love was stronger than any resistance. In Usi Kingdom, it was the duty of parents to select partners for their children. The marriage processes were done by the parents. Usi Kingdom thrived on the many rules guiding them, and breaking these rules was tantamount to breaking their defense. The rules of marriage and relationship were very serious ones, and breaking the rules was the same as committing infidelity to the God of the land. The people of Usi Kingdom were forbidden from marrying people from outside the kingdom. Ejimi was not only strong and mysterious, he was a goodly man. His frame could block any woman's airflow, and his appearance was the definition of a choke. Lila was ready to give her all to be with Ejimi. Getting Ejimi as a man would increase her place in the kingdom of Tima. Getting someone from Usi Kingdom in marriage has great pride attached to it. And she just got herself not just any man from Usi Kingdom, but a general with the highest rank. It did not take too long before Ejimi was head over heels in love with Lila. She had all the techniques needed to make any man drop at her feet in pursuit of love. Ejimi loved Lila with all he had. She was his solace, to whose laps he returned every evening for comfort, away from the huge responsibility resting upon his shoulders. Now that Ejimi had defied the marital rules of Lucy Kingdom, how many more rules would he break? He did not even have to break too many rules, because in Lucy Kingdom, an offender of one rule is an offender of all. Ejimi had defiled himself on the altar of fornication, and to cover up for this, he decided to marry Lila quickly. But he had a whole kingdom of Usi to convince to marry Lila for him. He wasn't capable of that, going by the customs of the kingdom. Ejimi went back home from cohabiting with his lover, and there are people who had become his friends. Ejimi explained to his people how that they needed to be one with the people of Tima, and he told them about the great and mighty things they could achieve together if they joined forces with Tima Kingdom. As conceived in his heart, making the people of Tima like them was what the God of the kingdom had always wanted. And this they wouldn't achieve if they do not become one with the kingdom of Tima. Ejimi was able to convince many young ones who do not even have a full understanding of the burden the land of Usi carried against Tima. Many of the older ones and some young ones insisted that Ejimi had become mad. He who the gods wants to destroy, they say, they first make mad. Ejimi rejected the counsel of the older ones. He insisted that they were too bitter and they didn't understand love. He went against all odds. Love, they say, it always wins. Over 400 people from Usi Kingdom went with him to marry Lila. And at the wedding, as Lila danced beautifully before the people of Tima began to make Ejimi and his people drink of the vine. Ejimi and the warriors were forbidden from drinking vine, but they had decided to do anything for the people of Tima just to establish friendship and to win them over. So they all drank. The more they drank, the weaker they became. It was midnight and all of them were drunk and well spent. Suddenly, the people of Tima began a slaughter party where they killed all the people of Usi but spared Ejimi. Ejimi woke up to heaps of his people's bodies. He was shocked and confused. He did not understand what had happened for a moment. Then the women of Tima showed up, mocking and spiting him. Angry Ejimi charged towards them, but to his greatest shock, he couldn't even throw a punch. He was completely weak. Ejimi's powers were gone. Ejimi was escorted out of the kingdom of Tima in shame. He returned to his people who had heard what happened. Some of the people of Usi had agreed to stone Ejimi to death for bringing such evil upon them. But some others were of the opinion that he should be banished, and this opinion prevailed. Ejimi was banished from the kingdom. He begged for the spirit of Usi to return to him. But the spirit found another. Treasured one, Ejimi had forgotten that friendship with the world can never be friendship with God. It will always remain enmity with God. No one can serve two masters at the same time. What moral lessons did you pick from the story? Kindly drop them in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Goodbye until next time.